Hello everybody, today's episode is all about the song Rock 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 from SPARKS' 2006 album Hello Young Lovers. And if you're new to this channel, it's kind of an Easter egg hunt through their lyrics, because it's my belief that SPARKS music, particularly the words they use, are far more cleverly constructed and impressive than people give them credit for. It's my belief that every SPARKS song fits into a bigger narrative. So I think it's worth looking at how different songs relate to each other, instead of just looking at one song in isolation. And also, it's worth looking at how this song can comment on SPARKS themselves, because I believe their music tells you more about how they operate than any number of interviews. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at Rock Rock Rock.
Soft passages, they get you into trouble. They imply a lack of passion and commitment. Soft passages, they get you into trouble. They imply a lack of feeling and a fervor. They get you into trouble. They get you into trouble. They imply a certain air of indecision. Soft passages, they get you into trouble. And since you put a gun to my head, I promise that I'll rock, rock, rock. Don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me. I will rock, rock, rock. Like a mother, like a mother, like a mother, like a mother.
This video is all about the connections that can be made from Rock 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 to different SPARKS songs, and the first connection is silly as hell. The opening line is soft passages, they get you into trouble, and that is some top quality innuendo. And if you don't understand why soft passages is a bit rude, then I'll leave you to ask somebody with a dirtier mind, but trust me, this is filthy. And this kind of innuendo isn't really common in SPARKS music, but it has got a presence on the song immediately before this. This is Baby Baby, Can I Invade Your Country?
Can I invade your country? Oh baby, baby, can I invade your country? Oh baby, baby, can I invade your country? Oh baby, baby, can I invade your country? Oh baby, baby.
Can I Invade Your Country? Soft passages. Both of these songs seem to be making jokes about private parts of orifices. So it's all very silly, but it's also making quite a serious point. So let's take a step back from the rudery and see if we can figure out the true intent of this song. Well, the first thing worth noting is it's a song about music, which is very common for SPARKS, and I think it's about their own music, which is also very common for SPARKS. A soft passage is a passage of music. It's a term that's very common in the classical world, matching the classical orchestration in this song. And a soft passage suggests a boring or uneventful piece of music. It's not a grand overture or a crescendo or a beautiful aria. It's a piece of music that gets you from A to B. It's a passage as in a way to get you somewhere else, something that you just pass through. And with the classical stylings of this song, it sounds like it's being self-critical, saying that this music they're making here is boring and inoffensive. But in the future, we'll rock hard like motherfuckers. But while I think that adds up, it's not quite how I see it. There's a lot more nuance. I think that this is an example of SPARKS planning out a future for themselves. It's their long-term thinking. It's treating their current record as a stepping stone to something bigger, something that'll come in the future of SPARKS' story. Hello Young Lovers itself is a soft passage in the story of SPARKS, in that there's bigger and better yet to come. Now, to be absolutely clear about this, I don't want to suggest that they're unhappy with this output in any way. I don't think that they see this album as being inferior to Little Beethoven, the album before it, or anything that followed. Rather, it's a comment on SPARKS consciously repeating the Little Beethoven formula. Until now, they changed their sound on almost every record. They were in a constant state of change. But not anymore. Here, with Hello Young Lovers, they're making an album that sounded a lot like its predecessor. They even make a musical nod to this here. The first vocal that you hear on Little Beethoven is processed through a kind of stereo delay effect. It's Russell's voice pinging from left to right, almost like a metronome, and it sounds like this. And on Rock, 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 they repurpose the sound here. It's the same ingredients but a different cake. You get the same heavy orchestration. Choirs of multi-tracked Russells.
Oh no, where did the groove go? I promised that I'll rock, rock, rock.
Lots of repetition, piano, and even the heavy guitars of Little Beethoven make it onto the live version of this song.
I promised that I'll rock, rock, rock. Don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me. I will rock, rock, rock. Like a mother, like a mother, like a mother, like a mother.
So in the big picture of Sparks' career, Hello Young Lovers, no matter how good it is, will never be as important a part of Sparks' story as Little Beethoven, because they're choosing to repeat a formula. Doing the same thing in music has implications. It implies a lack of passion and commitment to furthering your art. It implies a certain sense of indecision as to what to do next. This is preemptive criticism. They're saying the quiet part out loud. And that's the soft passage that gets you into trouble. It's a soft passage in Sparks' story. It all fits a way of viewing this song where Sparks are jokingly pleading with their audience, or maybe a personification of their own creativity, to not leave them while they go through this stage.
Don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me.
This "Don't Leave Me" line also connects to the song that immediately follows Rock, Rock, Rock. It's all about the power of metaphors, which they can use to avoid the hell of loneliness.
Use them wisely, use them well, and you'll never know the hell of loneliness.
So that's two songs in a row that deal with loneliness. Don't Leave Me, and about knowing the hell of loneliness. And then there's that line, and since you put a gun to my head.
And since you put, and since you put, and since you put, and since you put, and since you put a gun to my head.
The gun here fits the war imagery of the previous song, Baby Baby, Can I Invade Your Country?
Can I invade your country? Oh baby, baby.
This expression, and since you put a gun to my head, means that you're doing something with reluctance. So Sparks are reluctant to tell us that they're going to rock, rock, rock. And that's because this way of working is a secret that they keep. They don't want to share it with their audience yet. So they're reluctantly telling us that there are big things to come. And now let's look at it all from a different angle. This song is about music and self-improvement. And that too is a trope that runs through several songs. So let's look at 3 notable examples.
It's a lot like playing the violin. You cannot start off and be a diminuent.
That's Amateur Hour from 1974, and it's a song about just starting out. It's looking ahead to a better future and comparing himself to Yehudi Menuhin, a great violinist. So, music and self-improvement.
So when do I get to sing my way? When do I get to feel like Sinatra?
This song is When Do I Get to Sing My Way from 1994, and it too looks forward to a brighter future and puts it in the context of music, this time with Frank Sinatra.
How do I get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, man, practice. How do I get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, man, practice.
That's How Do I Get to Carnegie Hall from 2002, and again it features these two things: improvement put into the context of music. This is a trope that even made it into the Sparks movie. This is from Annette.
I'm a conductor. I'm a conductor. I'm a conductor at heart. It's a temp job I'm doing. This should only be seen as a means to an end. In the end. In the end, I'll lead orchestras near and far. Every bar will bear my own signature, but I'm an accompanist for the present.
So as you can hopefully see, Sparks keep on repeating this same concept, but in completely different contexts. This promise that as musical artists, they'll get better, they're working to some distant horizon. In other words, in the future, they will rock. Whether that's as a great violinist, Frank Sinatra, playing Carnegie Hall, or leading orchestras near and far. They all have this sense of upward trajectory. And that is also the third thing that the previous song, Baby Baby Can I Invade Your Country, has in common with Rock, Rock, Rock.
Countries, planets, stars, galaxies so far. Don't let freedom fade, baby, let's invade.
While this song appears to be about war and isn't directly referencing music other than the Star-Spangled Banner, it has that same sense of scaling up. They'll conquer countries, planets, stars. Each target is bigger than the last. It can be seen as a promise for a huge future for Sparks, just as they appear to be doing in Rock, Rock, Rock. And all they ask for is patience while they put these pieces into place. And there's another song on Hello Young Lovers towards the end that also shows the same scaling up and patience. It's about a fireman who rescues cats from trees. This is called Here Kitty.
I climb the eucalyptus, bring a kitty back. I climb the Douglas fir, bring a kitty back. I climb the juniper, bring a kitty back. How can I thank you for you bringing kitty back? Here kitty, here kitty, here kitty, here kitty, here kitty, here kitty, here kitty.
So this fireman rescues various cats from various trees and is repaid with sexual favours from the cat's grateful owners. But like Baby Baby Can I Invade Your Country and Rock Rock Rock, it's a story that scales up. Because in this verse, there's a fire at the circus. So instead of rescuing a cat from a tree, he has to rescue a tiger from a tightrope.
A four alarmer and the circus is ablaze. Panicky people run out madly through the haze. I fight my way into the big top, wipe my eyes. There stands a tiger trainer, lovely, hear her cry. She points up to the high while there a tiger stands. Oh, help me, bring my tiger down, dear man. If you will save him, I will be yours every night. I climb the pole and look the tiger in the eye. I climb the pole and look the tiger in the eye.
So what we're seeing here is an upgrade. It goes from rescuing cats from trees and winning one-night stands to rescuing a tiger from a high wire and winning a beautiful woman who'll be yours every night. To me, the message is clear. Keep on doing the same thing and the rewards will come to you. And that's exactly what we saw with Sparks' career after this point. They kept on doing the same thing and things got better and better for them. And on the song Rock, 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 they're demanding patience. They're saying, don't leave me while they go through these soft passages. And that's the same kind of patience you see with this fireman, whether he's beckoning a cat from a tree or the tiger from the tightrope. They're saying just be patient and let it come to you. To me, this is part of a worldview that we see throughout Sparks' music, particularly from Little Beethoven onwards. It's an idea that everything they do is a stepping stone or even delayed gratification for something better that's beyond the horizon. They're a band who are always working towards something new. And that's why you always get this sense of trajectory with their work. Everybody who follows the band closely knows that they've always got these ideas in the pipeline that are yet to come to fruition. So in the future, Sparks will rock, rock, rock. But when? Well, for the FFS project and Hippopotamus, they did have a more consistent rock sound. But I don't think that this song is referring forward to that. After all, this music is no heavier than My Baby's Taking Me Home, or Ugly Guys with Beautiful Girls, or Dick Around from this album. These are all songs that came before Rock, Rock, Rock. So rock isn't a sound they're aiming towards. It's to rock as a band, to rock like motherfuckers. And I think that means to have a cooler story. And that's what we saw play out in real life. Because before this period of the band, they were known as a group who almost made it. A group who would hit big and then disappear. But that changed from this point. Immediately after this album, the first project they worked on was the 21 by 21 series of concerts where they played every song from every album as part of a month-long London residency. It changed the perception of the band from being survivors, or even also-rans in some cases, to being uncompromising artists where even the failures were artistic successes. They went on to play orchestral shows, to form a supergroup. They released radio plays and operas, movies, documentaries. They played Sydney Opera House, Royal Albert Hall, and the Hollywood Bowl. In other words, they scaled up just as promised on this song. But is this the thing that they're predicting on the song Rock, Rock, Rock? Well, in my view, no. They achieved all of this because they promised to rock. It's a North Star that guides them, always working towards something that's just beyond the horizon. I recently put out a video about My Baby's Taking Me Home, but it was really about the 5 albums that led up to Little Beethoven, claiming that My Baby's Taking Me Home is a kind of victory lap. And each of these albums were done in order to get Sparks into a position where they could record an album as audacious as Little Beethoven. They were recorded to make Little Beethoven possible. So that's 5 albums of material just to accomplish that vision, with Little Beethoven as a North Star, and here they're doing it again. And every album since Little Beethoven and Hello Young Lovers has referenced this same North Star. This same future in which they'll rock, and this hasn't come yet. This end to the video might seem a little like, trust me bro, but all of the remarkable achievements we've seen from the band since Little Beethoven are a direct result of the bright future that Sparks are predicting for themselves. It's something that each album actively works towards. It's a truly epic story, and it's one that I'm laying out track by track, and given the amount of material that Sparks have got, this is going to take me years, but honestly, it's worth sticking around and re-evaluating what these songs are saying and how they build up to this epic big picture. So I'd like to thank everyone again for watching, and I really appreciate all the support with the likes and subscribes and comments and sharing this stuff far and wide. And hopefully it won't be a long wait until I put out another video. So I'll catch you all soon. Cheers. Bye.
A lack of power.